The materials needed to trim your Slimline Cabinet Hero will be a cutting device, either a pruning shears, which is the easiest, or a utility knife with a cutting surface, or just a household sharp pair of scissors. You'll also need a marking device. We prefer dry erase marker and masking tape, or you might also want to have measuring tape if you want to measure your cabinets exactly. Alright, to size up and mark your Cabinet Hero Slimline, just place it on top of the desired door or drawer front. Make sure it's flush to one end, and then on the other side that overhangs, use a dry erase marker and just make a few dots along this edge. And these dots will act as your guide to cut. You can see it's a nice guide to follow along. Alright, now that we have marked our length of the cabinet door on our protector, we're going to take our pruning shears and cut this to length. So simply just turn the cabinet here upside down so the legs are facing upward. Take the sharp end of the pruning shears and put them in contact with the legs. And then we're going to line up our markings along the sharp edge. Then you just slowly and smoothly cut down all the way, one clean motion, and you're left with a nice clean cut. If you have any kind of burrs or anything, you can either flip them off, shouldn't be much left on there, and that's ready to go right on your cabinet door. Now that your slimline is cut to size, just place it back on the cabinet door and you have protection. Another way to mark a Cabinet Hero for trimming is using a measuring tape. Simply determine the length of the top. This one's 15 7/8 inch, and then we transfer that onto the protector. Okay, now that you've measured your cabinet door length, just take your measuring tape and line it up with your slimline protector and make a few dots for a dotted line along the edge. Ours was 15 7/8, so I was making a couple there, and then I'm going to go ahead and line it up on the side, maybe do a few more on the top, up on this side, and now you have a guide to follow along when you cut. If you don't have access to a dry erase marker, you can use any permanent marker and mark the protector like you typically would. So here we'll just do it to our 15 7/8 inch cabinet door right here. So just make your dotted lines. And this marker won't rub off with your finger, but you can use any isopropyl alcohol and a rag or paper towel to remove any of the markings you have on here. It comes off pretty easily. Alright, if you want to cut your Cabinet Hero Slimline with the utility knife, we're just going to make sure we have a nice cutting surface. Here we have a cutting board. You just want to make sure you don't care if it gets a little damaged, but you want to make sure you have your Cabinet Hero marked to the appropriate length with your dotted lines. And so you turn your Cabinet Hero upside down, and we're going to cut along the dotted line on each leg one at a time with the utility knife. So while it's upside down, make sure it's firmly against the cutting board. Line up your marking with the utility knife, push down. So we made an incision on one leg. You can see here a little incision. You want to turn this around, make another incision on the other leg, line it up, make incision straight down. There you go. No, don't need too much pressure. It goes in pretty easily. And so you have it open there. Then all you need to do is you bend this opening slowly all the way until they touch. Now that we've bent this, take our utility knife with the blade sharp end facing away from us. We insert it into the fold and then press this closed, and then it's just simply cut away from you, and then you're left with a nice clean edge ready to put on your cabinet. Now that your Cabinet Hero Slimline is cut to size, just place it back on your cabinet door and it's protected. Alright, to size up and mark your Cabinet Hero Slimline as black, you just simply place it on top of the cabinet door, make sure that it's flush on one end, and then you can use a piece of masking tape to mark the overhang on one side. So you just simply place it along the edge where the cabinet door overhangs. Remove it from the door, and you can just place it in here, take along. And now this is your guide to cut along. Alright, now we're going to cut our Cabinet Hero Slimline with our pair of scissors. So first you want to make sure you've marked the appropriate length of your cabinet door on your protector. Here we have the black protector, so we marked it with masking tape to make it easier to see. Then we want to turn the cabinet here upside down so the legs are facing up towards us. Then we take our scissors, open them as much as we can, and put them as far down in the scissors as we can. We're going to make sure to line up the cut. And as we're going to cut, we're going to slowly roll the protector away from us. So I'm going to cut in a smooth motion. As I'm cutting, I'm kind of rolling away. You can always readjust the scissors. Cut, cut, and then it goes right through. Now if you have any little burrs or anything on the outside, you can just come in, trim those up a little bit, like this. Maybe have a little bit on the edge right there. Take that off. Just a little bit of masking tape that left over. I'll take that off right now. And now you're left with a nice clean cut with your pair of scissors. This is ready to put on your cabinets. Now that your Cabinet Hero Slimline is cut to size, just place it back on your door and you have protection for years to come.
Hi, my name is Frank Garrido and I am the founder and inventor of Cabinet Hero.
And I'm Dean Garrido, the co-owner and product designer of Cabinet Hero.
And as you can see here today, we are at my cabinet finishing shop in San Diego, California. And this is where I created the world's first cabinet door protector, the Cabinet Hero. That's after 25 years of being in the industry, working alongside cabinet makers and designers, seeing all the problem areas such as the sink doors and the trash pull-out doors. I was able to notice all the chipping and worn areas, and even after the strongest coatings that were put on those areas would still suffer damages. So that's when I set out to create a solution, and that's when Cabinet Hero was born.
We are very proud to have all of our products made in the United States with the highest quality standards possible. And we use our experience in the industry to thoughtfully design each protector for its intended cabinet style and thickness to ensure the proper fit and aesthetics.
And since we're a family-owned and operated business, we really want to strive to provide great customer service for you.
So if you have any questions about our products, please give us a call, send us an email, or leave a post on our community forum, and we would be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much for your interest in Cabinet Hero. We are your cabinet door protectors.